George Washington is a unique name in American history. Let's learn something about George Washington today. Welcome to the Life of History. George Washington, 1732 to 1799, was a prominent figure in the United States who led the country's independence and served as its first president. His life can be divided into several main parts and discussed in detail. Early life and beginning of military career, 1732–1774. Birth and family. George Washington was born on February 22, 1732, at Pope's Creek Farm in Virginia. He was the third son of Augustine Washington and Mary Ball Washington. His father was a wealthy tobacco farmer. After his father's death at the age of 11, he was raised by his stepbrother Lawrence. He had a very close relationship with Lawrence. Education and profession. Washington had little formal education, but he became skilled in mathematics and land surveying. At the age of 16, he began working as a land surveyor, and through this he gained experience in the vast territory of Virginia. This work strengthened him physically and mentally. French and Indian War, 1754–1763. He began his service as an officer in the Virginia militia in this war. His bravery and leadership qualities quickly came to the attention of everyone. He played an important role in this war for the British forces and gained extensive experience in military strategy and leadership. It was during this time that he set an example of loyalty to civil authorities without abusing his power. Marriage in Mount Vernon. In 1759, he married the wealthy widow Martha Dandridge Custon. Through this marriage, he acquired a large amount of property and established himself as one of the richest landowners in Virginia. He began living at his family estate, Mount Vernon, and was involved in farming and various political activities. American War of Independence, 1775–1783. Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. When the War of Independence against the British began in 1775, the Continental Congress appointed him as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. This was a difficult task, as the troops under him were inexperienced and lacked the necessary supplies and training. Leadership on the battlefield. Washington fought off the formidable British forces with his extraordinary strategy, patience, and determination. He led them through key moments of the war, including the Siege of Boston, the crossing of the Delaware River to Trenton, and the final victory at Yorktown. Democratic ideals. After the war, he resigned as commander-in-chief rather than seize power, and voluntarily relinquished his military power, a rare and exemplary example in the history of modern democracy. Constitution and Presidency, 1787–1797. Constitutional Convention. When the new nation needed to draft a constitution in 1787, Washington was unanimously elected president of the Constitutional Convention. His presence and leadership helped the convention stay united. First president. In 1789, he was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States. He served 2 terms or 8 years, 1789–1797. Main tasks as president. Government formation. He established the cabinet and established the country's first financial system. Domestic policy. He established the power of the central government by suppressing the Whiskey Rebellion of 1794. Foreign policy. He issued the Declaration of Neutrality in 1793, determining the United States' relations with European powers. Presidential precedent. He set an important precedent by voluntarily retiring after 2 terms, which later became the unspoken rule of the country. Retirement and death. After his second term in 1797, he retired and returned to Mount Vernon. He died of a throat infection on December 14, 1799. In his will, he provided for the emancipation of his slaves, which was an important positive aspect of a controversial aspect of his life: slavery. George Washington's leadership, integrity, and dedication to his country have immortalized him as the father of the nation.